Joining me now, former Chief Border Patrol Agent in the Yuma sector in Arizona, Clem. Also with us, Border Commerce and Security Council Chairman Nelson Balido. Wow, she's Nelson, there's some gall right there. What do you think about what she just said?
Man, you know, I just can't. I'm just wondering if she has schizophrenia at this point, because everything that she was against or for now, has been against since day one, since she ran against Biden 4 years ago, that she only got 1%, by the way. But the only thing is that she's changed her story time and time again. A lot of the things she mentioned, we're doing that now. It's illegal to cross the border right now. You supposed to go to a legal port of entry. Why aren't we doing something to enforce the laws that are there now? This is not something new. This is not something she's going to do. She can do that now, and she can do that right away. They refuse to do it. They're confusing the American public from day one, and this is an absolute outrage. And again, maybe something's rubbing off from the president to her, but, you know, she's either forgetting where she was or she's simply schizophrenic.
I think she's just a liar. Chris, what do you, Chris, what did you make of that ICE report coming out? You know, here they are, the fake news saying migrant crime doesn't exist, calling President Trump a racist for saying that a lot of these illegals, a majority of them, are convicted criminals. I mean, that ICE report saying over 660,000 of them have been identified to be deported. 425,000 of them are convicted criminals. This is what we know of, right? So this is probably an under-reporting. So Trump, right, once again. What do you think about this report?
Well, I'm glad the report finally came out. I mean, look, this is what we've been living on the border, and especially as Border Patrol agents and me as the former Yuma chief. This is what the story we've been telling. This is what we've been getting out to the public that is not being picked up on mainstream media. You're not hearing that coming out of the White House, or especially out of the Vice President Harris's campaign. Notice that the amount of people that have entered illegally under her watch was absent from her speech. Notice that ICE report was absent from her speech. And as Nelson just mentioned, everything that she claimed that she's going to do is already lawfully on the books, and it's what we're supposed to be doing. And she refuses to enforce that through executive power and executive policies. She's allowing this catch and release to go on. All she does is go back and blame the president, former President Trump, and blame this bipartisan bill, which would have done nothing to secure the border. I don't know how they get away with these repeated lies, but her act down there yesterday was shameless. She went on an official act as the vice president so she could be with the Border Patrol for 20 minutes and then left to a close to the public campaign rally where she, again, repeated those lies.
I'll ask you both. Do you think the American people are buying this? All of a sudden, she hasn't been there since 2021. Now she's been installed as a Democratic nominee. She's got all these ideas to fix the border. Meanwhile, we have over 20 million illegals that we know of in the United States. Nelson, you go first, and then Chris.
No way. No way. The people cannot believe this stuff. Just like Chris says, you know, the Border Patrol chiefs and the leadership have been gagged. There's finally people coming forward, and these reports are coming out. Our leadership was not allowed to talk about the truth from day one. This White House is putting a top on everything. So now things are coming out. But no, people cannot believe this. She's had an opportunity to do this for 3.5 years. She was the border czar. She went to Central America. She went to South America. Root causes. She absolutely failed. Now she's trying to do promise everything she wants to do. She says she wants to do more, but she hasn't done anything to start off with. So what? More of what? More of the catastrophe that we have now? That's the only thing that's going to happen if she gets back in office.
Chris, 30 seconds to you. What do you think?
I don't think they're buying it. I've been to 18 states and over 50 cities in the last 12 months, and they are fed up. You know, she had a visit. In 21, she went to a processing facility. Now she comes down here and is, again, repeating lies, repeating stories. Let me just remind you, when she talks about ripping children from parents or putting kids in cages, those cages were built under President Obama. It was the processing facilities because of these unfettered and unchecked policies that have come in under this administration. I don't think they're buying it. They're seeing the results play out all across the country. It's more than immigration. It's national security. It's border security. It's public safety. And it's playing out across America. And Americans are getting tired of it. Let's get the vote right in November.
It's hard to believe that once upon a time, Democrats were against illegal migration. I mean, they called Obama the deporter-in-chief. In the 8 years, he deported at least 3 million people. Clem, Nelson Balido, thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Coming up.